South Africa's most significant congress for the construction industry took place in Johannesburg at the end of September. The 2013 Master Builders Congress was held at the Indaba Hotel, where contractors, industry leaders, and role players in the built environment came together with academia and the youth to review relationships and live up to the Congress slogan, Bridging the Gap.
Our theme for this year is Bridging the Gap, and we're looking at transformation, we're looking at skills. We've had very intensive and extensive discussions around sustainability of the industry. And some of the most important decisions that have been taken and resolutions are around working together. And that it's time now for industry to get together, and that we need to work together in order for us to seek the solutions.
We get a lot of input from government people, from the sponsors, and then we have with this also the exhibition area, where we have some of the sponsors exhibiting some of their products. And it's really about getting to know a bit more what's happening in the industry.
The biggest opportunity for South Africa is in the infrastructure build program, in the building of roads, in the building of ports, in the building of rail, generally the whole infrastructure setup.
So we had an overview of what the National Development Plan says, but with a particular focus on economic infrastructure, which is a chapter that deals with the long-term plan for upgrading the infrastructure in the country. But you can't speak about economic infrastructure in the absence of considering the people that will be implementing that infrastructure. And so to an extent, it touches on the skills, the innovation and the training and development of the workforce that will be implementing the infrastructure.
Now, the construction sector, together with the business, private sector in particular, need to reimagine our relationship. We need to engage with each other differently. We need to be able to be guided by businesses, the construction sector, as to exactly where the skills needs are, so that we are able to hit the spot in terms of the investments we make, both for the current, to deal with the current needs, but also to deal with the future needs in the construction sector. So this is really our message here today.
Our view as the NPC is that if we focus on education and we focus on growing the economy so that we are able to create the numbers of jobs, in the main we would have dealt with 80% of the priorities of the plan.
Maybe I should take this opportunity to thank the organizers for the very, very good meeting that we've had. Yeah, because we see they make it different from how we conduct our meetings back home. The way they involve the stakeholders in the industry, from the minister, from the National Development Planning and what CIDB, everybody's, including the students for that matter. So I was very impressed.
I've been coming to Congress for a number of years now, and the same themes, the same topics keep coming up every year. I think we need to get to a point where we take decisive action and decide, are we going to engage government? Is somebody going to play a leadership role? Is MBSA or whoever it is going to play a leadership role in getting everyone together and saying, enough talk now, we need to get together and fix the issues. We know what they are. We may not agree on how to fix them, but one thing we do agree on is we have a crisis. We have a problem with infrastructure delivery, and it needs to be addressed urgently. So best we sit around the table and stop throwing stones across the fence to each other, government blaming business, business blaming government, and everybody sitting there, and 10 years down the track, we'll still be blaming each other. We're 20 years into our democracy, we're still having the same debates. So at some point we need to sit down and have a proper infrastructure or economic codesa and sort these things out once and for all.
We need to look at all of the different types of opportunities and share information on what's available to support business within the industry. I suggested a couple of things where the industry could come together in terms of pooling financial resources to create a revolving fund for smaller loans to contractors within the industry. As Kutaza, we're also working on something now linked to credit and trying to help develop access to credit for contractors within the industry.
So our vision is to ensure that in the next 5 years we become the leading voice, and that the industry has a platform, which is Master Builders South Africa, that will be in a position to tackle their issues, that will be in a position to engage a lot stronger with government, and particularly the regulatory bodies that regulate different aspects of the industry, such as the health and safety, as well as skills and registration of contractors, and towards working to ensure that the industry grows and becomes sustainable for the betterment of the future, and to ensure that we're in a position to undertake all of the different projects that the country is currently embarking on.